This video is about small repairs, mechanical repairs, especially from high-tech circuits. This is the issue at the moment. I have a camera from Kodak and the lid from the battery location here and the SD card here is not good. So you can click it in, but here you have a big gap, and that means that it doesn't shut properly. Here a piece of plastic was broken, so I have to repair that. Of course, with such a simple repair and in a hobby situation with no professional machines, etc., you have to try to repair such a thing in a hobby way. So I made here a small piece of iron with a zinc layer on it to prevent it from rusting, and I want to mount that piece here inside the clip, so that again we have here a kind of point on both sides on which the clip gets clamped. And I first made this part, and I'm testing it now. Put down the camera. Now I mounted clip, and that's one advice when you make such a small repair. Try to test it first, whether it works, and you can see here that what I'm going to mount here is made properly, because the lid is down here now. That's what I wanted to show in this point from the video. Make it fit before fixing it all with polyester resin. Here I'm gonna use polyester resin, and I'm also gonna use here a very tiny screw to screw it into the plastic to prevent a situation where the polyester breaks. On the longer term or on the shorter term, you can be sure that it breaks. So a small screw here, polyester resin here, and perhaps a small amount on the inner side, and then the whole camera is fixed. Of course it doesn't look nice, I'm sure, but anyway, it is a good idea to keep such a camera, to give it a second life with such a very small repair. I always use for these repairs polyester resin, polyester putty in this case, with hardener. You can mix it, mount a screw, add polyester, etc., and then I hope it will be done. It will work again. So again, to here, small repairs from high tech. You can use polyester resin. Try to mimic the identical parts and make them of all kinds of materials. I have here quite a few very small pieces of materials: aluminum, copper, iron, etc., etc. When you choose your material, that is completely dependent of the situation, whether you have to use steel, aluminum or plastics. Some plastics, by the way, don't get a good contact, are not properly connected to the polyester resin, and especially plastics with silicone, polypropylene or polyethylene. And PVC glues very good with polyester resin. Make it mechanically as strong as possible, make it fit, and sometimes I use resin, only the resin, and add an inert material so that there's no influence on the chemical reaction, gypsum or the sand. Here you see some gypsum, normally used to plaster walls, etc., with water added. Of course, there is a small problem with gypsum because water has to be added to make it harden. But anyway, when it is immersed in polyester resin, I've never found a problem. So for bigger parts you can use this material with resin. I'm going to mount it now. Add a very small screw here, mount it, and then I hope this camera will work again for a few years. It's quite a good camera from Kodak. Used it many years.